Hello and welcome to another tutorial. This is part two of our look at Man of Sorrows. So now we're gonna hopefully watch the first one. If not, watch that one first. Otherwise, this one's not gonna make sense. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna treat this a little differently. So let's say you're on a piano and you're by yourself. You don't have a band to accompany you like this, like the piano part of this piece is normally meant for. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna incorporate the melody slightly into the chords. So here's how we're gonna do that. So what we're gonna do is we'll block to start, and then we're gonna jump. Let me make sure this is in frame, and it is. Praise the Lord already. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start incorporating the melody into the top. Now, the way that we do that is we still strike the chords where they usually would go, but we're adding another layer by incorporating that melody into the right hand. Now, you'll hear this a lot in contemporary church music and contemporary worship. This is a trick that we use a lot of times when pastors are talking and we need a quick little something to go underneath to prepare us for the next tune. Or this is also something that if there's a moment of reflection, using the melody in the piece helps us kind of call attention to the words of that song and to reflect on them. So starting from the beginning, we're going to try and get it through as much of this as we can. I'm going to start in verse 2. So if you haven't already, go ahead and click on the chords in the description below so that you can follow along. So verse 2 is silently as he stood. If you want to include a suspension, you can start, so it's C, F, and G. Make sure you resolve it down to E because we need a little resolution in that song. Oops, I'm sorry. Oh, that rugged cross. And then third verse. We can also use parallel sixths here. Suspension, parallel sixth. Okay, now the chorus. This part we're bringing it down, so we're lightening up the texture, so go ahead and lighten it up with one right-handed note. Little slower motion. And get louder by increasing volume. And then increasing texture. Back to the chorus. Here, just pause. Another way that we can incorporate timing, so to fill in space, is we can break up the chord. So you'll notice me doing that before at this part. Where your love poured out over me. So we have a moment here, so we can always, to keep the energy going, we can always continue and break up the chord. You could do that any way you like. So where your love poured out over me, oh my soul. So if you do that, just make sure you're jumping back into the next part. So those are just a couple different ways that you could approach that. We'll do a couple more lookouts for some videos in the future for how to break up those chords. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Thanks so much for watching.